For the first time ever, the Middle East will host the FIFA World Cup, the most important football tournament in the world, with Qatar serving as the venue. The competition will begin in the winter of 2022, and a month-long carnival will be held in the most famous country in the Middle East. But you know, there are a lot of factors that will make the 2022 World Cup one of the most distinctive tournaments in football history. Let's examine 7 heart-wrenching facts that will make you think twice before going to the 2002 World Cup special. But before we start, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe buttons. It helps the channel a lot. Now, let's get back to the video. 2022 FIFA World Cup will be last shot of Messi and Ronaldo. Qatar World Cup may be 7-time Ballon d'Or winner the little magician Lionel Messi's and the megastar Cristiano Ronaldo's last chance for glory. 2 legends of the game who have dominated the tag of being the best for almost 2 decades now. But the announcement further cements the idea that this year's tournament will mark the end of an era. The 2022 FIFA World Cup is expected to be like no other for more reasons than one, as it could be the last dance for several veteran superstars like Robert Lewandowski, Neymar Jr., Luis Suarez, Edison Cavani, and Karim Benzema, who will represent their nations for one final time. No alcohol will be served in the stadiums during FIFA 2022. This year's World Cup is the first to be held in a Muslim country, with strict controls on alcohol, presenting unique challenges for organizers of an event often associated with beer-drinking fans and sponsored by global brewing brands. Soccer's relationship with booze has long been a tricky one, and in the lead-up to the 2014 World Cup, Brazil lifted a ban on alcohol at stadiums after pressure from governing body FIFA. There has been a question mark over alcohol at this year's tournament since the Gulf Arab state won hosting rights in 2010. While not a dry state like neighboring Saudi Arabia, consuming alcohol in public places is illegal in Qatar. You can face a 6-month prison sentence or be fined as much as $850. The shortest World Cup of the millennium. The FIFA World Cup comes only once in 4 years, so we all want it to last as long as possible. Yet the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar will be the shortest in the century. Furthermore, this will be the shortest tournament since 1982, when only 24 teams participated. In total, 64 games will be crammed up in 28 days, meaning everyone will have less time to rest. By the semifinals, many players will be exhausted or injured. Furthermore, there will be 4 games during the group stage every day, so only a few will dedicate 12 hours to watch them all. The irony is that this will probably impact Qatar, as everyone will skip their games. As we already concluded, they are probably the tournament's weakest side, so no one will care to watch them unless their favorite team is involved. If you wonder why this is happening, the answer comes at number 4 on our list: LGBT rights. Qatar is still showing extreme hostility toward the LGBT community, as homosexuality is an offense that may lead to lengthy prison sentences. Yet under pressure, they promised more tolerance and even rainbow flags in the stadiums. However, no one knows if LGBT fans will be safe on the streets. There's no doubt that many will assume that going to the country where they are not wanted isn't the best way to spend the winter holiday. Qatar is too tiny to host the FIFA World Cup. In 1954, Switzerland hosted the FIFA World Cup, becoming the smallest nation to do so. However, Qatar takes that title since it's the same size as Hawaii with Utah's population. In theory, this has some advantages. The tournament will take place in only 8 arenas, as all the venues are so close by. Hence, teams and fans won't spend much time traveling. But this will only produce additional infrastructure headaches, as they need to accommodate close to 100,000 accredited people and many more football fans, potentially turning the event into a nightmare. The fans won't have much choice but to be patient and go to the games very early to arrive on time. Unlike Switzerland, which hosted 16 teams and 26 games, Qatar must care for 32 sides in 64 matches. Qatar will spend over $200 billion for the event. Here's the real kicker about how lacking in infrastructure Qatar currently is. The city scheduled to host the final, Lusail City, doesn't actually exist yet. They're having to build an entire new city about 15 kilometers north of Doha to accommodate the tournament. If it was in the plot of a film, it would be laughed off as utterly implausible. Currently, we only hear promises as the country is still building its infrastructure. Modern slavery. To build infrastructure for the World Cup, Qatar had to hire many foreign workers. However, they earn miserable payments and are forced to live in labor camps. Plus, their fundamental human rights are gone, as they can't quit their jobs or leave the country unless permitted. Combining this with awful working conditions means that over 6,500 people died during the building process. On average, 2 construction workers died daily, mainly from the heat and unsafe conditions. The Qatar government is making minimal effort to change things, as they are busy covering up all the deaths. Sponsoring terrorism allegations. In 2017, Qatar was accused of state-supported terrorism by Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, and Egypt. These countries effectively imposed sanctions on Qatar and were later joined by other Asian and African nations. Some even request FIFA to take away the World Cup hosting, including Yemen, UAE, Mauritania, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and Egypt. Furthermore, Germany joined them and even considered withdrawing from the tournament. In the meantime, Qatar denied such allegations, claiming they strongly support the war on terror. However, in 2021, the situation was resolved and the borders between countries in dispute were finally open. Still, it will take a lot of time and money before Qatar improves its reputation. This might be another reason fans are hesitant to visit the country during the FIFA World Cup. Yet we hope the agreement will last decades after the competition ends. There's a massive chance that giving the World Cup to Qatar is one of the biggest mistakes in football history. While there's no doubt that the small country will try to cover it up by throwing away even more money, the long-term impression will probably stay negative, considering what we said on our top 7 list. Yet we hope participating teams will provide us with some great moments and introduce young stars that will overshadow all these tragedies and scandals. Yet don't be surprised to witness some controversial matches. If you like this video, you will love the videos on the screen. See you in the next video. Take care.